Hi everybody, welcome back to Bobby's Bees, and today it's January here in Michigan and it's a slow time in the apiary, but although the bees are clustered, now is a great time to catch up on apiary maintenance. So today we're going to go over how we sterilize the equipment, how we repair our frames, some things that we're doing in January. So stick with us, we're going to talk all about it today. Here we go. So winter is a great time to prep for spring, and one of the biggest tasks we have is cleaning up our frames. Now sometimes your hives will have a little bit of mold in some of the frames, and sometimes these frames, it's not so much just the foundation, but it's the frames itself. If you're using wooden frames, a great way to clean those is either a power wash or just a bleach soap. Let's go to the garage where I'm cleaning frames, and I'll show you how simple it is to remove the mold from those frames. Hi everybody, welcome back to Bobby's Bees. Today I wanted to talk about how I clean these frames up and I treat them with bleach. So basically you'll take a 5-gallon bucket and you'll fill it up about 1/10 bleach, the rest water. And you can take these frames, these moldy frames that are really dark, remove the foundation, and you'll dip them, and this is how they turn out. You can see the difference. It's just night and day. They almost look brand new again. So how I do it is I simply put them in a 5-gallon bucket, and I will show up in the morning and I'll just turn them over. If it's getting too low, then you just simply put more water in it, put a little bit more bleach in it, and you'll just flip them over. I don't want to touch it because it's covered in bleach, but that's it. That's how you clean your frames. And in January, sometimes you'll have frames that need repairing. So just take this time to repair all your frames, get everything ready for spring, and that's it. And maybe enjoy some honey recipes. So when is it time to replace your foundation? Every 3 to 5 years, you'll notice that some of this plastic foundation will get warped or even chewed by mice. Sometimes they're just so dark that they're harboring disease. You can try to power wash them off or scrub them clean. You can buy these either 10 in a case or up to 100 in a case. It's really simple to just pop these out and put a new piece in. So you notice that the frames in the bucket were foundationless. So I always remove the foundation, and if they're clean, I'll put them back in. But really every 3 to 5 years, I'll go through and I'll make sure, the frames aren't chewed up or warped, because you'll notice some of them will stay really dark, and that'll harbor disease, and you don't want to put frames like that, dirty frames that hold old diseases on them, into healthy hives, because that can make them sick. And especially when you see that they're refusing to draw them out, that's indicative of a time to replace. So be sure to go through your frames and make sure that you don't see any really dark foundation like this. I'll be replacing this foundation, and I just wanted to show you that as an example. So once you've cleaned up the frames and you've added new plastic foundation, make sure you do one more double check of all the frames, that they're solid and they don't need any finishing nails. A brad stapler is an excellent tool for your apiary when you're building frames or when you're repairing your frames or boxes. I recommend the Ryobi brad stapler. This stapler, it's less expensive than most brad staplers out there, and it's just as tough, it works just as well, and it's less expensive. So I've never had to replace my brad stapler. I've owned it over 6 years. My nail gun from Ryobi, I've owned about 10 years. These are excellent tools, so don't let anybody convince you that that's a cheap tool or anything like that, because I've been using them for years and they work great. They'll just save you money. I also go through my 10-frame hives and my 5-frame nukes, and those that don't have nice galvanized tops, I'll paint the tops or I'll put another coat of polyurethane on it. This is what really makes all the difference and ensures that these boxes and this equipment lasts for years and years. So while we're in winter mode, I love making crafts. This time of year, I'll make lots and lots of chapsticks. I'll make lots and lots of little candles like this. Beeswax is an all-natural ingredient that is made by insects. And I tell you, people go crazy for these. Now, these are about the size of a 50-cent piece, but believe it or not, these sell for $10, okay? You can really sell your candles for anything you want. It's up to you. But beeswax is a premium product. You're not adding anything to it. It's going to smell terrific, and it's not hazardous. So when you can make these, I love making candles this time of year. You melt down the comb, and you simply add the wax into your molds, adding a wick first, and these are incredible sellers. They're great gifts around the holidays or even birthdays, and then also chapsticks too. Now when you make your chapsticks, these are really simple to make. I recommend that you put the stickers on first, because you will never get the stickers to stay if you try to put them on after you pour your wax, because there's always a little bit of spillage and there's a little bit of wax on your fingers, and that wax, it's like an anti-adhesive. It just will not, your label will curl right off. So that's just a little tip. Be sure to put your stickers on your tubes first, then pour your wax in. And chapstick, you can make these unscented. I make a line of unscented chapsticks for my hunting buddies. I sell these to hunters that don't have any artificial scent. Or you can add in coconut or apple, vanilla, whatever. So these are really fun to make, and they're a great product. You can sell these 2 for $5. Also, this time of year, we're curled up with a book usually. These are 2 books that I highly recommend. Now, what's really neat about this book is this is available on Audible. You can listen to it right now if you have the Audible subscription, or you can just simply buy it. I believe it's $13.99, and you can listen to this book while you work. Also, this book is more of an index book, or where you would just open it up when you need it. But what a terrific book, and the longer you beekeep, the less you'll get into this book, but it's an excellent resource to have if you're just starting out, or even if you're a veteran beekeeper. So I wanted to recommend those 2 books for this time of year. Get some good reading in. I hope you guys enjoy working on your crafts. If you guys have any questions about making chapstick or candles, I'll link those videos down below, and you can also just search Bobby's Bees Candles or Bobby's Bees Chapstick, and you can find our videos where we walk you through how to make these crafts. They're very simple to make, and they're a really hot seller. So frame repairs and some painting, some fun crafts with your beeswax, and some quality reading this time of year. I know some folks in other parts of the country are getting ready to do their splits, believe it or not. So be sure to let me know what your winter projects are right now. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'll get back to everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to Bobby's Bees if you'd like more helpful tips for backyard beekeeping. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.